Greetings and welcome once again to my new calculus channel. My name is John Gabriel. So, about 10 years ago, this video was published by Numberphile called Euclid's Big Problem. and I think the presenter was somebody called Susanna Dansko. She's some professor now in Australia. She's kind of typical of the mainstream professor in most ways. She was granted a PhD, probably on some bullshit having to do with real analysis, set theory, or topology. And she clearly didn't understand what Euclid was doing. And of course, the video is full of lies, misconceptions. For example, she says that the Greeks were bad at trisecting angles. Actually, the Greeks were pretty good at trisecting angles. In fact, they were so good they could uh, divide angles into any n number of equal angles they wanted. But this moron here that you're looking at wouldn't know about these things because she's never studied something like uh, Apollonius or works of Archimedes. Those are big boy materials. Okay, those are big boy materials. They're not for idiot mainstream professors. So she's never heard of that. And of course, she makes some really false claims about calculating cube roots. Well, again, if she had read the works of Archimedes, she would have seen that the Greeks had no problem calculating cube roots or, in fact, nth roots. So let's look at the morons video just to get an idea. Okay, so I'll bring myself up here so that you don't feel lonely. Okay, let's just get past this, and I shall start playing the video. Okay. Nope, we don't want to go there, and I wish I had done this before I had started. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we don't want to listen to her drivel. Um, she obviously has no clue about geometric measure, okay, and algebraic measure, in fact, and how algebraic measure came from geometric measure. So, isn't it an irony that for all their formalism, mainstream mathematics idiots don't have a definition for number? It really is an irony, isn't it? So, in any case, this Dansko lady doesn't understand Euclid, never has understood Euclid, uh, doesn't understand the concept of a unit, especially an abstract unit, because um, numbers are defined in terms of the abstract unit in algebra. So, unless you understand that concept and you know how we got numbers, and in fact, how we got arithmetic before numbers, then you can't understand these things. Okay, so you can ask a mainstream math professor, how did we get it? Which came first, arithmetic or numbers? They won't know the answer. They're too stupid. Okay, they've never been able to sort these things out. That's why you got the 40 Bourbaki Luddites who came up with ZFC axioms and the rest of that garbage. So why is this so important? You ask me or yourself. Well, because number is the most important concept in mathematics. It's what you use to do everything. How can you not have a definition for number? Okay, how can you say a number can be anything you like and then talk about formalism in the same sentence? Are you that stupid? You need to wake up, okay? Especially if you're a professor of mathematics or a teacher. You're an absolute moron who doesn't understand mathematics. Okay, it's you who especially need to study these things, not students. If you taught these things correctly, everybody would be good at mathematics. Okay, everyone. There would be no math problems. There would be no learning problems. There would be 10,000 less garbage essays written on how students battle with fractions and how they battle with arithmetic. The problem lies with you morons. I'm addressing you, educator morons, you professor morons, not the students. The students don't have the problem. You have the problem. Okay, so just to the general wide audience, if you're not already a subscriber to my channel, please click like. Follow me on Academia.edu and become a members only subscriber, which means that for €4.99 a month, you have access to my videos on the works of Archimedes, stuff which this lady knows nothing about. Okay, and which mainstreamers don't know anything about. So, and not more than that, I talk also about Apollonius. So, please subscribe, click like, and I'll be chatting with you again soon. I'm John Gabriel. This is New Calculus Channel. Till next time, goodbye.